Ever wonder what's really going on inside your phone's AI? Or how a streaming service just knows what movie you want to watch next? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the mathematical secret sauce that makes it all possible. Let's get into it.
You've got to wonder, right? You ask your phone a question and boom, it has an answer. An algorithm recommends the perfect song. It feels like straight up magic. It really feels like genuine intelligence. But what if I told you that's not what's happening at all?
And here's the big secret. Machine learning isn't really about knowing things for certain. It's about calculating confidence. It's about making the best possible guess based on the data it has. And the tool it uses to do that, well, that's probability.
So yeah, probability is the secret sauce. It's the language machines use to make sense of a world that is messy, unpredictable, and full of uncertainty. It's how they spot patterns in what looks like chaos and turn all that noise into predictions we can actually use. Okay, so to really get how this works, we need to quickly go over a few of the basic building blocks. Don't worry, this isn't going to be a heavy math class, just the key vocabulary you need to have in your back pocket.
First up, the big one, probability itself. It's just a number between 0 and 1 that tells us how likely something is. 0 means there's no way it's going to happen. 1 means it's a sure thing. So when your weather app says there's a 0.7 probability of rain, that's just a fancy way of saying there's a 70% chance you're going to need that umbrella. Simple as.
Next, we have this thing called a random variable. Now that sounds a little technical, I know, but all it really is a placeholder for an outcome we're not sure about yet. In machine learning, almost everything is a random variable. The price of a house, whether someone's going to click on an ad. It's just the unknown value the model is trying to figure out. And these variables, they basically come in two main flavors. You've got discrete variables, which are things you can count, like clicks on a website. You can have 0 clicks, 1, 2, 100, but you can't have 1.5 clicks, right? Then you have continuous variables. These can be any value in a range, like temperature or someone's height. Just knowing which type you're dealing with is a huge first step for any model.
Okay, so we know how to think about the chance of a single thing happening. But ML models aren't looking at one thing at a time. They're looking at these massive, sprawling data sets. So how on earth do they understand the overall shape and pattern of all that information?
Well, they use something called the probability distribution. You can think of it like a blueprint or a map for the data. It shows which outcomes are common, which ones are super rare, and how everything is spread out. And a very common assumption in ML is that data follows that famous bell curve, the normal distribution. That's largely because of this really powerful idea called the central limit theorem, which basically shows that a whole lot of stuff in the real world naturally ends up in that pattern.
But of course, not all data looks the same. Different problems need different blueprints. A Bernoulli distribution? That's perfect for a simple yes-no answer, like a coin flip. The normal distribution, that bell curve we just talked about, is amazing for things like height or weight. And if you're trying to model how many times something happens, like emails arriving in your inbox per hour, the Poisson distribution is your go-to tool. So, knowing the pattern of one thing is useful for sure. But the real magic, the real power, comes from understanding how different pieces of information connect to each other. This is where a model stops just describing data and starts actually reasoning with it. And the tool for that is conditional probability. Now, I know the notation P of A/B looks a little intimidating, but the idea behind it is super simple. All it's asking is, what's the probability of A happening now that we know B has already happened? It's the mathematical engine for all if-then thinking. Here is the perfect example. Your spam filter. It doesn't just calculate the odds that any email is spam. No, it asks a much smarter question. What is the probability this email is spam, given that we see the word free in the subject line? Suddenly, that new piece of evidence completely changes the odds. This one idea is the backbone of so many models out there. So if conditional probability is how a model reasons, then how does it actually learn from new data and get better over time? Well, you guessed it, there's a famous formula for that. It's called Bayes' Theorem, and you can really think of it as the core engine of learning in a machine. It gives the model a clear mathematical recipe to start with an initial guess, look at new evidence, and then update its guess to be smarter and more accurate. And it works in this really elegant three-step dance. First, the model has a prior belief. You can think of it as an initial hunch. Then it looks at the likelihood of seeing new data given that hunch. And finally, it combines those two things to form a posterior belief, a new, updated, and more informed opinion. It's this beautiful, continuous cycle of learning from experience over and over again.
So we've covered the core ideas. Now let's just zoom out for a second and see just how fundamental probability is across the entire machine learning landscape. This stuff isn't just for one or two niche models. It is everywhere.
I mean, just look at how widespread this is. In classification, a model doesn't just guess a category, it gives you the probability for each one. In regression, it helps us understand how certain or uncertain a prediction is. Even the very functions that tell a model if it's getting things right or wrong are often built in probability. In today's most advanced generative models, they literally work by learning the entire probability distribution of the data they see. So, why does all this matter? What's the bottom line? Well, probability is what gives machine learning its real power. It's what lets models deal with the messiness and uncertainty of the real world. It allows them to learn from data that's incomplete or noisy. It gives them a solid framework for making decisions. And sometimes, it even makes their reasoning a little bit easier for us humans to understand.
And that brings us right back to where we started. The goal was never to build a machine that knows everything for certain. That's impossible. The goal is to build a machine that can look at all the evidence and tell us how confident it is in its conclusion. It's all about playing the odds, just really, really intelligently.
And here is the ultimate takeaway. If you remember one thing, let it be this. Probability is the mathematical framework that allows an algorithm to do things that look like reasoning. It's how it learns, and it's how it makes its best guess in a world where nothing is ever 100% certain.